Hello, my blender besties. How is everybody doing today? I am about 2 minutes late coming on. This is our first Color with Me session for Kit 16. In your kit, you should get the deep and deep medium color blends. So you get 4 markers, 2 colors, different shades in each color. These are a little special because they are our basically like skin tone colors. So normally you would get one of our signature colors, like this is Daffodil Delight, and you would get a light and a dark of that color. So these are a little bit different, but very pretty. And also in your kit, you're going to get 2 of the latte, fall latte, pumpkin spice, if you will, pictures, and we are going to be coloring it today. So that's what we should end up with basically. Your sentiment might be different, depends on what you want your card to say. We also have in there 2 of the mushroom. And this is a bonus coloring page. Look how pretty that is. So it's a cabin in the woods reflected in the water. And we've never done anything like that. So I may actually schedule a third color with me. We'll have to see. Let me know in the comments if you would be interested in coloring that with me. Okay. If you're new here, welcome. I'm a little flustered today. I didn't even introduce myself. I'm Jessie Tarian. I'm an independent demonstrator with the company Stampin' Up. You are watching our Stampin' Blends Club live or replay. I will post this on YouTube, so if you'd like to catch the replay or put it on your big screen, that will be available for you in the next couple days. Okay, I'm just going to get right into this. I'll chat. I'll show you all the things when we get down to the mat. Here we go. Okay, so we're down to the mat. Now today we are just focusing on the pumpkin spice latte. And here is my example. Let me hold that up for you. I'm pretty proud of it. I played with the leaf colors, and in the end I like the Daffodil Delight the best. I think visually they look the best. So I will be doing all my leaves in Daffodil Delight. Now for colors, of course we're going to use our deep and medium. I have a color lifter pen. This is colorless. It's just in case you go over the lines or want to fix something. Okay, think of it like a correction marker. I have Crumb Cake, Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, Old Olive, and I pulled in this dark Parakeet Party just for a little bit more of a pop of green, a little bit of brightening on those stems. Now these are the colors that I'm using on my sidebar. Feel free to use what you have or experiment. Now, grab a piece of scrap paper so that you can swatch if you need to before you put it on your project. But remember, I give you 2 for a reason. 1 to practice, 1 to finalize. So here we go. I am going to start in the middle of my picture. So I'm going to start with the latte. And I'm going to grab those medium deep markers. Now the pen caps are not always, let me zoom in, Try to zoom in just a little if I can. Let me stand up. Okay, there. Now we can really get into it. Try to get everything in shot here. Okay. So sometimes with our pen caps, they're going to basically they could look very similar to other colors or to themselves. So swatching is a great thing so that you know before you lay it down what you're doing. Also, make sure that you're reading your names and stuff. Just double check. Double check everything before you get going. And that's why I just kind of have my copy paper, and sometimes I give it a little swipe just so I know what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start with the lighter, and these really don't, they have a number, not a name. So I'm starting with SU 600. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color in my latte cup, but I'm not doing the handles or the base. And the reason for that is our cup is glass, and so it's not going to be exactly the color of the coffee. And I'm using the paintbrush tip right now, but you use what you feel comfortable with. I just want to make sure. See how 500 is a deeper shade. Okay, so we're going to go back and forth. We're going to add that 600. And then I might go back in and shade with the 500. That's how you're going to get some depth in this cup. Now, if you don't drink coffee, you can pretend this is a chai tea or a hot cocoa. It's whatever you want to be in your cup. Now on that edge, I might, on Thanksgiving, I cut my finger, my pointer finger on my left hand, with a knife when I was washing. And so the pad of it has a really deep, painful cut. It's like a really deep paper cut kind of a situation. And I had a band-aid on it, but it makes my finger not be able to bend and very clumsy, which is difficult when you're trying to color. So I've taken it off. But I am a little bit clumsy because of the injury. Okay. And take your time with this. Put some music on. Enjoy yourself. I really appreciate this time because I have had a bit of the Christmas crazies going on here. Trying to get all the decorations up, and like a crazy person, I I can't just put up a tree and call it a day. I have to decorate on top of my cabinets, around, like I do the most. I know I do. This is an issue, but here we are. So my family has been helping me and we're getting things magical in here, but I am a bit tired. A bit tired. So to be able to come in my craft room and just sit down, do a bit of coloring, it's very healing. Very helps me center and focus. Okay. Look at how quickly that came together. You can see the shading. Now, you're going to notice on this image, I played with a white marker. It's an acrylic marker. I got it at Hobby Lobby on sale. And I like it, especially for the what we're going to do on the glass part, but I kind of went a little crazy. So I would say if you're going to do this, and we'll do it, but I'm going to wait until the end. I'm not going to do as much. You know, less is more, guys. But this alone looks phenomenal. Now, for our um whipped cream, what I'm going to do for that. So I'm just going to go in with light crumb cake, and I'm just going to do the shadowing of the whipped cream. If you don't have crumb cake, you could also do this in a little bit of gray. I have no idea where my gray pen is at the moment. It's very sad for me. But I was like, okay, well, crumb cake it is, friends. We just have to pivot. No big deal. And you're following the shaded lines in your image. So it shows you where that is supposed to go. And I kind of just outlined it a little bit. And we're going to put in our background, I put light crumb cake, so this will blend when I get it all done. Okie dokie. All right, so I'm happy with the whipped cream for now. We will soften the look of it. What do you think so far? Are you loving it? Now I think I'm gonna give the latte a moment. I'm gonna go to the pumpkins, I believe. So I'm gonna grab some light pumpkin pie and I'm gonna lay down a little bit of color. And I'm not being super careful, you know, just getting the color down. So how was everybody's Thanksgiving? Black Friday shopping? Did we do it or did we skip it? Did you take advantage of the Black Friday Stampin' Up deals that were going on? I had to get a paper trimmer. I was like, that is too good of a deal to pass up. I also got some Stampin' blends. I was like, that's a really phenomenal deal. And I use my Stampin' blends so much that I'm always having to replace them because I use them for classes. I do a lot of coloring myself, and I just go through the ink. So getting them at a phenomenal discount like that, I appreciate definitely. Okay, so there's the first one. I just did it. Shh, Lily. Sorry, Lily says hi. I did it in some light pumpkin pie. Now I'm going in with the darker pumpkin pie. I'm doing that shading. I'm just giving like short lines. See that? Make sure you get the little crevices of your pumpkin. It's okay, Lily. Okay. Now we're going to go back over with the light pumpkin pie. Oh, this is my old one. I have a new one. I just didn't grab the right set. Sorry, my husband is putting things away in the storage. That's what that noise is. Which is on the other side of my craft room. Okay, so one pumpkin done. A few more to go. I did not go Black Friday shopping. I did a lot of decorating and pulling out the storage and cleaning and all of the things on Friday. And then Sunday, I went and helped my mom. And we did a little bit of shopping. I don't know, my days are like blurred. I cannot believe it's Tuesday already. How is it Tuesday? I need time to slow down just a bit. Just a bit. Now Thursday, sorry. Thursday's color with me is going to be 11 Pacific Standard Time. I did it earlier for my Midwest and East Coast ladies. Maybe it would be an easier time. I'm trying different times. 1 o'clock works for me, but I understand if you're 2 or even 3 hours difference, that puts it right at dinner time for some people. And, trying to be accommodating whenever possible. Okay, last pumpkin. Are you turning your paper when you're coloring? I really suggest doing that so that you have a better control of your marker and where you're putting your ink. Because our hand can pivot, but it's just a matter of what's comfortable, you know? Or maybe that's just me. Oh, I see. I went too high with my pumpkin. I was like, that looks so weird, because it is. So I'm taking my color lifter pen, and where I don't want that light pumpkin pie, I'm just kind of putting it over. Now give it a minute, and it's going to lighten up. And I'm also coloring that in with some light crumb cake later, so you're not going to notice it. Just adding a little bit of the dark into the shaded areas. And now we're going to blend. I'm being a little bit messy going into off my paper there, but it's okay because we're going to cut that away and nobody will know. Okay. Pumpkin's done. Let's work on the stems. I'm just going to go in with some of this bright parakeet party. Hi, I'm live. Thank you. Oh my goodness. My family needs me lately, guys. Very, very much they needy. They needy. It's okay. It's good to be appreciated and needed, right? Okay, so I put down some light, or no, actually that's the dark parakeet party, and I'm just gonna take some dark old olive. And just put a little bit, like that. Okay, so that's done. That's all you have to do for this. Okay, now let us grab number 200 and I am going to do my cinnamon sticks. Now you could totally do bronze or add some Cajun craze, but the 200 really, for me, it was perfect. Perfect coloring. And unfortunately, my darker shade of this is completely dried out. I don't know what happened. It is just completely gone, so I'm gonna have to order one of those. I don't think it got capped properly, and that's why, but that's okay. Okay, so I have my cinnamon sticks done. I want, what do we call this? Anise? Star of anise, is that right? And then I'm gonna go in with some, let's try the dark crumb cake. Yeah, because it's dark, but just a little bit of a tone difference, you know? I like it. Okay. Now I'm going to grab some Daffodil Delight. This is dark. I'm just going to color in those leaves. Now, like I said, you could play with your leaves. I tried different colors. It just, for me, the yellow was the one that really, even a lemon lolly might be good. Something brighter. Play with your color. Let me know what color you chose to do your leaves, okay? And then we got a little bit of leaves up here too. Okie dokie. So we got that done. We're really jamming on this, guys. It's going pretty quick. Okay, now I'm going to do something a little, we're going to take, let me see if I can find it. No, this one. The light crumb cake, and I'm going to color in the top. Take your time around the images so you don't put ink where you don't want it, basically. See how this is a little bit streaky? Try to go the same direction. Also, giving it time to kind of dry down helps. It will blend out a bit. So I made a line around the image, and then I'm pulling the paintbrush tip away and filling in the space. Trying to go one direction. I'm not always the best at that, I have to say. I get impatient. I turn the paper. Okay, give that a sec. Let it dry down. Now we're going to be cutting this away so you don't have to go all the way around. Anywhere that you see it's a little bit lighter, you want a little bit more color, just kind of brush it over. Okay, now the bottom. I am going to take 500, add a little bit in the shaded spots. Okay. So you see like around where the leaves and the coffee base are. I know when it looks dark, you think, well, why are we putting color there? It's too dark. It does add some color to the shading. So that's why I like to do it. I mean, it's optional. You don't have to. But it does give it a nice warm kind of glow. Now I'm going to take some light crumb cake and blend all those edges. This is the magic of these markers. Right? It looks like you've spent hours shading it and creating all these beautiful shadows and things, and it's just the chemical makeup of the marker and where you apply the ink. I get such compliments on my coloring, and I'm always like, honestly, I'm not that good. It's not me. It is the pens. They make the world a difference. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of this light crumb cake to the base and handle of our mug. Now, because this mug is glass, we want it to appear like it's reflecting the colors that are around it, the liquid that's in the cup, and also just a little bit of light, right? Because it's translucent. So I have this white acrylic marker, and I'm just gonna edge a little bit, like around the base. And the handle. What do you think? Now these are Paper Studio. We don't sell them at Stampin' Up, but Paper Studio, Hobby Lobby does usually once a month, all things labeled Paper Studio 40% off. And that's when I got these. You get 2 in a pack. And they're the Paper Studio 2mm acrylic markers in white. And they were just a couple bucks, but I'm really enjoying them. Now, I'm going to be light-handed here. And I'm just going to make like the ridges of the cup. You know? And then the edge. So it's like the light is kind of showing you dimension in that cup. What do you think? Pretty good? I love it. Okay, so now that we've had our image colored and we've done a little bit of detailing, kind of take a beat and just make sure you like it. You didn't miss any spots or any touch up that needs to be had. I'm going to bring in the paper trimmer and we're just going to trim off the excess paper. Now you don't have to really measure, you're just trimming so that you get a nice clean edge and you take away any of that extra white. Okay, so let's see. So 4 3/4. I'm just going to trim a little bit more. So we're going to say it's 4 3/4 tall. And about 1 2 3. It's almost 3 3/4 wide. A little bit, or yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if you wanted it, you could trim it a little bit tighter if you're one of those, but if you just trim it, it's gonna be fine. That's what I'm telling you guys. I don't know why it was so hard to get out, but here we are. Okay, so I sent you in your packet some of these Cajun Craze and Gold dots. This is some scrap paper I'm going to use in a second. Go ahead and grab your pumpkin pie card base. Hi, Sherry. Hey, is Cheryl on here too? I don't think she made it. Um, Let's see. I did not realize anybody was on. I was just kind of like doing my thing. Okay, so pumpkin pie card base, and then I sent you a piece of early espresso, like a mat. So we're going to mat down our image. You could pop this up if you wanted. How was your Thanksgiving, Sherry? Did you guys have, oh, you said you were going to have a ham. How did it come out? We had turkey, we had butterball. It was the most tender turkey I have ever had. I don't know what I did wrong or right, or if it was just a good bird, but dang it, it was good. It was good. All right, I'm just going to glue this down. Okay, so we've got that. Now I gave you a piece of very vanilla for your inside and a little, I gave you two little scraps of paper. One has leaves, one is plaid. Use whichever one you want. Just for a little something on the inside of your card. Okie dokie. And then I'm pulling in Latte Love, of course, makes perfect sense. On the front of my card, I sent you some tags. You can use them or not. You can stamp right up in the top left corner of, sorry, let me get that in frame, um, of your card. And then uh if you don't want to use the tag, like if you don't want to cover up your coloring, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to use this one's on me. And then for the inside, hello there, let's catch up. I just think this is so cute. It so reminds me of my besties. Like, I feel like I haven't had enough friend time lately. And that is not like me, but life has been lifing. We have been so busy. And, when the new year comes, I'm changing things up. I have to. I'm streamlining things. I'm making things easier. These are my goals for the new year. Okay, there we go. Now, who is obsessed with punches? I am. And I love that Stampin' Up! Every once in a while, like right now, we have a holiday set of these little mini punches. This was an older one. It was like the basic shape. So star, heart. Um, I don't know. There was another one that went with it. I have them. I just can't remember. But right now we have one that's like a stocking, a little tree, and a star. Oh, that's what it was, a star. Anyway, so I had some scrap pumpkin pie and I just thought, how cute would a little heart on there be? Anytime they do things with punches, I usually end up getting them. And I have so many punches. I mean, so many. But you know what? I love them. They're so easy and it's my jam, you know? It's what I do. Okay. So I'm going to pop up my little tag. Let me bring my card into frame here. And just line it up with the early espresso so that you're straight. Use it like a little banner hanging down. Okay? So we got that. Now I'm going to stamp the inside of my card real quick. We'll get the card together and then we'll just bling it up. Okay, let's try to be straight. There we go. Okay, so there is our card. How quick and easy and beautiful is this card? I'm obsessed. I'm also a coffee girly, so it speaks to my little heart. Grab my little Christmas pick here. And we're just gonna put a little magic and sparkle. How do I want this? Maybe here. Um, Onto our picture. Okay, guys, we did it. First card done. Let me flip up and we'll say goodbye. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for me today. I will be back here on Thursday at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for our second card. I hope you had a phenomenal time and you have a wonderful day, okay? And if you're not doing anything, join me later on today. I'll be going live on the main page at 6 o'clock to do a card. All right, bye.